What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to yet another post-match fan show. The post-match fan show is your opportunity, it is your chance to have your say on everything Tottenham related. But Sim, how do they have their say?
Well, before every single post-match fan show, the link for the fan show is in the description below, where you'll be taken to the back end. You'll be seeing everyone waiting, and before we bring you on live on the fan show, live on YouTube, to have your say. But gold members, all gold members get priority for the fan show because we have a lot of callers waiting, so we gave priority to gold members. But how do you become a gold member?
I'm glad you asked me that, Sim, because it is very, very easy to become a gold member. There's actually two tiers of memberships: silver membership and gold membership. Silver membership, you get custom emojis, you get badges next to your name saying how long you've been a member, and you get monthly shout outs. But for the gold membership, you get everything that is in the silver perks, plus you get priority to come on to each and every one of our post-match fan shows. But not only that, you get monthly prizes as well. 3 gold members every month get called out from a hat on our last live watch long of every single month. And the 3 prizes are: the third prize will be a flag and a program. The second prize will be one of these lovely We Are Tottenham TV shirts. We have 8 colours of them. Link in the description, by the way, if you want to buy one. And number one prize for the giveaway is a signed Tottenham Hotspur shirt. So our first month we gave away a signed shirt from Toby Alderweireld, and we have got many more signed shirts to give away. So click the link below, join our gold membership, and be in it to win it.
All right, now is the time for you guys to have your say. I want to hear your opinions on all things Spurs and the latest match action. Looking forward to having you guys on and hearing your opinions.
All right, we'll see you on the fan show. Come on, you Spurs. What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another post-match fan show. Tottenham march on into the next round of the FA Cup, into the 5th round against Everton away. That's who we'll be playing. Tottenham 4, Wycombe Wanderers 1. It got hairy, but it was fairly convincing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think once we got the equaliser, there was only one team in it, wasn't there? And I thought, despite the fact that there was always that fear that we could have been hit by a sucker punch late on in the game, I thought we were well controlled. There was only one team making chances, and I thought we did well. I thought, look, it was always going to be a tough game going away to Wycombe. I know they're bottom of the Championship, but if you look at their games, they're always very tight games. There's always one goal in it, or it's a bit like Sheffield United. Despite the fact that they're bottom, it's always going to be a tough game. So when they went 1-0 up. I was fearing the worst, thinking it's going to be tough to break them down. But I thought we created loads of chances. We were on the front foot and we made our dominance count and we showed our superior quality. So I'm happy about that. And we had some good performances.
All right. If you were watching our watch along and come along for your prize, we hit 70,000 subscribers today. So thank you very much to all of you guys out there. To show our appreciation, we're going to be giving away a We Are Tottenham TV t-shirt today. First person to get my brother's question right will be getting the We Are Tottenham shirt. So Sim, over to you.
We're going to do it right now, or are we going to do it after Grandpa?
All right, let's go to Grandpa. Let's go to Grandpa. Let's go to Grandpa and then we'll do it afterwards.
Let's get Grandpa on.
Hi, Grandpa.
Is he frozen? Is he there? He's frozen. Oh, we'll come back. I guess we will do it now then.
All right, we're doing it now.
We're going to do it now. Let me know when he comes back. All right, we got 630 of you watching the stream. Welcome, everyone. We are going to be asking a question now. First person to get the answer of the question right will win a We Are Tottenham TV t-shirt to congratulate us on getting to 70,000. Congratulate you guys on getting us to 70,000.
The We Are Tottenham army is strong.
We're nothing if everyone's not subscribing, so we need people to subscribe for us to
by the way,
be
while
where
we're
we
doing
are.
this, keep subscribing, guys. Don't stop now.
Yeah, it really does mean a lot. I mean, I can't believe where we are at the moment.
Yeah,
To hit 70,000 is a big milestone for us. So I'm really happy about that. Hopefully, there'll be many more milestones to come. But I want to just thank everyone for subscribing and for interacting and engaging with us.
Well,
it really does mean a lot to us.
I think we might have a winner already. And he says the answer is Arsenal, but the question is who won't win the FA Cup?
Oh, spot on.
Carl Patrick Vineyard said the answer is Sonny.
The answer is Sonny. The answer is not Sonny. All right. The question, we're going to do it now? All right. The question is, Spurs played Wycombe in 2017 in the FA Cup fourth round or third round? I'm not sure for which one it was.
I think it was third round, but
third
could be
round.
fourth. Could be fourth.
In a crazy topsy-turvy game, Spurs ended up winning the game 4-3. But at 3-2 down, Spurs got an injury which led us finishing the match with 10 men. Who got injured? Which player got injured? No, it's not the score. Everyone's spamming the score. Who has it?
I don't know this. Who was?
I know it.
Obviously, you know it. You answered it. You asked it.
I see it. 1 minute. I see one.
If you see it, what is it?
I see it, but I want to make sure I get the first person right. I think it's Lin Ann, who is a member.
Trippier.
It is Trippier. Kieran Trippier is the answer.
I'll do the VAR check
I
quickly.
believe Lin Ann might have won it.
The winner is Lin Ann.
Is it Lin Ann?
Yeah, the winner is Lin Ann.
Congratulations, Lin Ann. Well done. Well done, Lin Ann. The answer was Kieran Trippier. He did go off injured, so Spurs finished the game with 10 men, and despite that, we still happened to turn it around, even with 10 men, so that made it more impressive. But Lin Ann, if you want to come on and claim your prize and give your Spurs thoughts, you go to the community section and you can see the link for the fan show. We'll be more than happy to have you on. It'll be our pleasure, but congratulations. If you don't want to come on, you can DM us on Twitter, on Facebook, or on Instagram. Our DMs are open, and we will, if you send us your address and you screenshot your YouTube name as well, so we don't get any fakes claiming, then we will send you your We Are Tottenham TV t-shirt, and you can choose your colour, your size, anything you want. Oh, Grandpa is back as well, so we'll get Grandpa back on. Hello, Grandpa.
Hey, Grandpa.
Is he frozen again?
Grandpa?
Hello?
Grandpa? Are you there?
You
keep going in and out. Loads of connection.
I can't hear him.
I'm here.
Oh, well, we can hear you, Grandpa. You're
keep
here.
Repeating yourself. It's strange. And
Is there
everybody else seems to have connection problems.
people having connection problems?
Brian Daigle, Ariane, Jacob,
Big echo in the back end, people are
and
saying.
Mitch,
Can you listen to it, Frank?
all having connection.
Sorry
on
about
my
this,
screen.
Grandpa. Yeah, we'll get
In and
back
out.
up.
And sometimes I hear
How
you
can you hear him? I
repeating
can't even hear him.
everything about four times.
1 second, we're just trying to sort this out.
Yeah.
We'll get you back on in a minute, Grandpa. All right, we'll try and get him back on. But yeah, so He's saying we're frozen. I can hear you in the back end, so we're not frozen at the moment. But yeah, so we beat Wycombe 4-1 today.
Mm-hmm.
Any standout performance for you?
Yes, Harry Winks, Gareth Bale, Tongi and Ndombele. I think those 3 players will really stand out. In terms of if I have to be pushed to give a man of the match, I've been having a lot of I'm not sure. Like, Winks played really well. Gareth Bale also played well. I'll probably give it to Ndombele though. I think the way he came on changed the game completely. 2 goals, could have got another goal, could have got his hat-trick in the 20 minutes he was on, and also set up a goal as well. So you've got to give it to Tongi.
Masterful camera. You know what? While we're here, we should look at some tweets, I guess. While we're
Shall we try and get Joe and Mish on?
Should we try and get on?
Let's try and get Joe and Mish on. Yes, boys. How's it going?
Yes, Joe. Yes, Mitch.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
I'm relieved, to be honest. It was an awkward game, but can you guys hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm relieved. Yeah, it was an awkward first 80 minutes, but that last 10 minutes, I mean, Ndombele was phenomenal. It's like, he's been in such good form recently, and he capped it off well with no stress towards the last 5. But yeah, I'm okay. It was all right.
Mish, what were your thoughts on the game today?
Well, I'll be honest. I'd say for 80 minutes, I was kind of sweating a bit, really, because I don't know if you felt the same. I don't know if you felt the same, because even though we were dominating, we had all the chances, we weren't scoring them, and you feel that they could, on any given attack, one little mistake, which Sanchez is the weak link, unfortunately, you feel that they could score one, and then you're bang in trouble because you haven't taken your chances. So, it's only when they got that second goal, I don't know, was it when 85th or 80, whatever minute it was, all of a sudden you think, right, okay, we're in control. And then the time when Ndombele came on, he just says, don't darken my door. I'm the governor around here. This is my game. Kills it all up, because that's what he does. I mean, I was doubtful about him 18 months ago. I don't mind eating as much humble pie as you can give me, because the man is phenomenal. He is really that good. I think what Mourinho's done is he's brought him on sort of almost like 1 or 2% every game, 1 or 2%. So he's built him up really, really slowly, really slow. And now he just looks almost unplayable. I think the only other disappointing thing was that the players who started off, a lot of them would be moaning beforehand. They're not getting an opportunity.
Our second team should be able.
Yeah, they should be able to get that job done. You shouldn't have to bring on Kane, Son, Holby. We should have that game kind of done early. So that was the only other disappointing thing.
What did you guys make out of Gareth Bale's performance today?
I was actually impressed. I said just before he scored, when he put that cross in, quite a low-driven cross to Lucas Moura, went out for a corner, and I saw the confidence in him, and then literally 5 seconds later he scored. And I know he had about, I think, 3 shots, 0 on target, but I don't know what it was about him. I just saw there was a level of confidence, a bit more to his game than there has been in recent games. And well, it's been the first one for a while, but I feel like we're slowly going to see him start to come back to his best. And I'm saying this for the first time. I think he will get back to his best. I don't think we're going to have a bad ending to the second spell at Spurs.
He's been waiting a long time because his fitness levels haven't looked enough for me. Today, he showed a lot of glimpses of what we've been hoping to see for the last probably 2 or 3 months. And, we've still got probably, half the season to go. So he's fully rested. He should be available now, because for once we had the front 3. Most of us all thought we'd probably see with Son, Kane and Bale. That's the front 3. That was the dream start, wasn't it? And they were there today. And I know it's only Wycombe. I know they've got on the league. I think they've won about 3 or 4 games all season. But it could be the beginning of it all. And whether you'll play against Liverpool, I'm doubtful. But no, he did really well today, and he probably should have scored 2 or 3 if I'm honest.
No way.
He should have done.
The third chance in particular, it was harsh to say he should have scored that. He was on the edge of the box, and then he got pushed a bit out. The header, yeah. Tanganga should have scored a header as well. But
yeah. I mean, what disappointed me is that I thought the game should have been out of sight. Way before we were all sweating in the last 5 minutes. But the only thing I say about Mourinho is, however he does it, by hook or by crook, he gets the job done. Somehow, even though you're sweating there, The job's done. We're in the next round. Everton away. Somehow I feel we're going to get the job done there. Somehow, I don't know how. And we just keep rolling on. And you can't complain at the end of the day.
Mitch, I want to know from you. We're in the FA Cup 5th round. We're in a League Cup final. We're 7 points off top with a game in hand. We're still in the Europa League last 32. What are we going to win this season? We have to win one of them, surely. Come on.
Right, I'm old school, right? And for me, just give me the Carabao Cup, right? Just
The one we're already in the final for, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Like, this is controversial, and people will shoot me down. If we won that and we didn't get top 4, I'd still be happy because 13 years without a trophy is appalling. Just think, if we go another 13 years, right, it's 34. Right? Just think about that. We've got to do it. So put that to bed. And if that means that Jose buys himself another year, people get off his back about the whole trophy thing, and then we can build again and build again. It's got to be a slow. Look at Solskjaer at Man United. He's slowly getting it together. Chelsea don't do that. They say, if you don't win now, you're out. And that's what they do. They sack and sack. I think we can't afford to do. Take away Jose Mourinho's name and just have his CV out on the paper. On paper, give it to any manager in the world, right, and he gets any job. Take away all the prejudice you got about him, whether you like him or not. Mourinho's CV is second to none. He is our manager. Yeah, he's 100%. Our manager. So we've got to back him. And I've said it before: 2, 3, 4 years. I don't care how long it takes. Let's not do. If we lose a game, don't get on his case. Let's just go to the next game. I remember when Spurs seasons were over in January. You're at the FA Cup.
Wasn't that long ago?
No, exactly. Yeah. Now look at this. We're going into February and we're all fighting on all 4 fronts. Yeah, of course we ain't going to win them all, but to be.
We're going to win them all, Mitch. We're going to win them all.
Okay, we've got a good chance in 3 of them, other than the Premier League. And even if we win on Thursday, we've got a good chance in all of. Honestly, I'm not saying we're going to win all 4. I'm not like Ty, but we're being realistic about it. There's a good chance, and are we still favourites in the Europa League?
Probably, yeah.
So I think so.
Once we get past Everton,
or Man United,
Joe, would you rather win FA Cup, Europa League, and League Cup 3, or just 1 Premier League?
3, without a doubt.
3.
Yeah, that's history. The treble for me. And if you win the Prem, obviously it's the best thing ever. But that's sort of the downfall, because then the only way you can go from there is down, because you're not going to win the Prem every year.
I'll tell you what, though, guys. The only thing. Right, Pochettino, we all love him to bits, right? But what I like about Mourinho is that he seriously takes the cup competitions. And people argue that Pochettino, we did get to a few semis, a few finals, this sort of stuff, but I never thought his heart was in it, Where Mourinho, he desperately wants to win them. He really does, 4 guns.
Do you feel like he would have brought on Højbjerg at half-time, Poch, today? He probably would have waited a bit longer.
Poch wouldn't have built Højbjerg on at all. Poch wouldn't have been him on at all. Poch came out a lot of times and said that domestic cups are not really where it's at.
He was very trusting, Poch.
Yeah, that as well.
Exactly, and for me, Mourinho, he's sitting on there. He'll take play. He'll make changes because he wants to get through that game by hook or by crook, and that's what Spurs are all about. They've been a cup team for so long. Let's get back to what made us what we are, and for me, the biggest game of the season, and Jose was right, is the Carabao Cup for me, because that is 1 game away. And we've beaten City before. I know their form is different now,
but they've won the last 3.
Yeah, and they've won. Don't get me wrong,
5.
But that'd be a tough game anytime. But we can beat that lot. We can beat with our full team out and all firing on all cylinders. We can beat that. And if we win them, I'm a happy man this season. I'm a happy man, and everything else is a bonus.
All right, Mitch. Nice all right, one, Joe. Thanks for coming on. Joe, when are you back in London?
It's Thursday.
All right, come on.
Yeah,
nice one. Looking forward to it. I'll see you soon.
Nice one, Mitch. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Cheers. Good to see Joe and Mitch. A good double act.
Yeah, great to see Joe and Mitch. Who is on next? Who we got?
1 sec. Are we gonna look through some tweets first?
We got Lily White Lane.
Are we gonna?
Is Grandpa gone?
Is Grandpa gone?
Is the winner coming on? Are they there?
No, Lin Ann. The Grandpa's still there.
Grandpa's still there. So let's go to Grandpa.
On. I can't tell if he's frozen again or not.
I think his internet is being improved.
Yeah.
Let's cut to Jacob.
All right, let's go to Jacob.
All right.
Yes, Jacob. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
4-1 today against Wycombe, into the next round against Everton. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I'm very happy. To be honest, I thought halfway through the game that there was a stage where we were just missing so many chances that we weren't going to pull it off. Because I was like, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Kane one where he did a really good touch and it was a bit heavy. And then the keeper sort of smothered it. And I was like, yeah, that's the one. And now I didn't really see it, but it was a good performance. It was a game we should be winning, but they made it difficult. So yeah, it was a decent win. But I'd also just like to say, I feel really bad for Alderweireld
Why is
because
that?
his confidence has just gone. You can just see like his passing looks like Eric Dyer now. But that's gone, and you could see he was getting, albeit their striker was really strong, but he was getting absolutely bullied by that guy up top, whatever his name
Yeah.
was.
It's true.
And yeah, I just felt sorry for him. all
Who's your
game.
man of the match, Jacob?
You know what? It's between Winks, Lucas, and Bale. I'm going to give it to Lucas. He didn't really do much wrong, and he was very positive in the first half, especially. Probably our standout player in the first half, and then I think it was a bit more tight between Bale. It was the best I've seen Bale play since he's come back, definitely. And yeah, he looked,
Agreed.
albeit his end products wasn't amazing, but his build-up play was really, really good, and I thought it's a step in the right direction for him.
I agree with
Do you
that.
think on that Bale performance now, does he start getting minutes in the Premier League?
Yes, like if we find ourselves in, like, which could well happen, 1-0 down or 2-0 down, losing to Liverpool,
Yeah.
then I think just bring on Bale. Like, what's the worst that could happen? You've got nothing to lose. You might as well bring him on and see what he can offer. So, yeah.
All right. Is our name on the cup this year, Jacob?
I think if we can put like a bit of a Jose masterclass in on the Carabao Cup, then yeah, I think maybe we're in the shout with that one. And the Europa League, I'm not too confident about the Europa League because there are a lot of good teams in there, and I haven't really seen much of the teams in there that have come down from the Champions League. But I think we'll win the chances are. I think we can win the Premier League if we keep getting results, and also the FA Cup. I do think that's a really tough game against Everton, but the FA Cup, yeah, I reckon we could go for the FA Cup if we just grind out a few more results.
All right, Jacob. Thanks for coming on again.
Nice
See
one,
you soon.
Jacob.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Good to see you, mate.
All right.
Oh, it was nice. Should we flick through some tweets while we're here?
All right. Go to the Twitter sphere.
There's Ndombele and Jose's reaction to him.
Brilliant.
It's class there. Fighting Cox says there's nothing Ndombele can't do apart from not run funny. Definitely true.
What a player, though, man.
There's Winksy. Happy with that? Happy with
Simeon
that?
basking in all his
getting on the
glory.
act of the goal
Simeon
scoring.
basking in his glory over there.
There we go.
Nah, but you got to say, Winks did put in a good performance today.
Yeah, he put in a good game. LP says the midfielder scores a 56-yard cross in a Europa League game, and now he thinks he's got the tech to curl one in from 30 yards. Get a grip, Winksy. I think that was before he scored. It's quite funny. There's a picture of Winks and Højbjerg. You see that, delighted with scoring his goal. Good stuff there from Winksy and Højbjerg. Gareth Bale celebrating his goal. You see it there. That's good stuff. It's nice to see Bale celebrating goal, isn't it?
I
You
love
don't
it.
get bored of that.
I love it. Gareth Bale, I keep saying it every time you see him on the sidelines, every time you see him in the starting lineup, every time you see him just do anything slightly positive, you just get so excited.
I know, you get overexcited. Noz Ahmed says, happy that Bell completed 90 minutes tonight. Overall, looked a lot better than any of his other games for us since his return. Needs to play more to build his match sharpness. He could still play an important role in our run this season.
I agree.
If we can get someone who can contribute even a tiny bit on that right-hand side, I mean,
Even
that,
5 goals from now to the end of the season, Gareth Bale in the Premier League is like double what anyone else is doing.
So true. Chris Miller, Windy Coy says, I really like Bell tonight. Thought there were a lot of good signs. Yes, not perfect. Yes, the mobility isn't always there, but the instincts are and the technique is a bit of sharpness, and he could definitely have an impact.
I agree.
People getting on the hype on the Bale train.
I agree, but that was always going to happen. This is what I said. A slightly positive performance from Gareth Bale. Anything slightly positive, everyone's going to be jumping on the bandwagons.
Gareth Bale completes 90 minutes of club football for the first time tonight since January 2020 against Getafe in La Liga.
Wow.
So it's exactly a year, nearly, pretty much.
We got a super chat here from Loves Music. Says Ndombele with 2 heart emojis. Love that. Tongi Ndombele is just a different league, isn't he? Absolutely different league.
All right, let's get... is Grandpa gone? Yeah, is he not there anymore?
I think the internet's not reliable this week.
All right, Ariane has got the wrong name on there, but it did say Ariel, but we'll get Ariane on. Ariane, how's it going, mate?
What's going on, guys? Wait.
What's with the new name on YouTube, Ariane?
That was my
Explain
old name. Okay. So, okay. These, I'm sure you're familiar with these Rubik's Cubes, and there's a little thing that's what the cuber is. Some people have a hobby of just messing with these and solving them. It's not as impressive as it looks. You just find it on YouTube, and you try to get faster as you do it, and it's a YouTube channel. It's not very active anymore, but I just changed it back because that was what my old name was. So that's that.
See, fair enough.
Yeah. So you're a Rubik's Cube. Are you a Rubik's Cube genius?
You're gonna wait. How quick can you do a Rubik's Cube?
So I can solve one of these reliably under 30 seconds, and I can do it under a minute with one hand.
Well, let's
we need to do that.
Let's see what the viewers think. Would you rather hear Ariane talk about Spurs, or do you want to see him do a Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds?
Wait.
In 30 seconds.
Can you give a 1 minute match analysis with one hand while doing a Rubik's Cube?
I don't think I could solve it under a minute while I'm giving a match analysis. Because then I have to focus on 2 things.
You have to focus on it. You can't do a match analysis while doing a Rubik's Cube.
Ooh, okay. Well,
all right, 2 hands. We'll give you 2 hands. We'll give you 2 hands.
2 hands. Okay, I can do that. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna get a timer on there for you, Ariane.
We're getting a timer.
Right, go for it. Let me know
how long? Wait. Do you want 30 seconds or do you want a minute?
I can do it in 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds. While talking about Spurs. All right.
Okay.
Wait. We getting the timer ready?
All right.
Love this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so my man of the match, first of all, let's go with that. I think Harry Winks had a great performance, to be honest. We were all talking about it in the watch-along, and we're all bantering Sim for how he praises him. And I remember I made that comment about him being completely obsessed with him and and just saying something positive every time, regardless of what Winks said, and then I actually realized what he's talking about. But that's probably my man of the match,
10 seconds.
Harry Winks. Some other performers were probably Lucas Moura and Gareth Bale.
5
I think
seconds.
Ndombele had a brilliant performance as well.
28 seconds, Ariane.
Literally.
28 seconds. Well done,
you beat it by
man.
2 seconds while talking about
Absolutely
Spurs.
top quality.
I don't know if anyone can top that tonight.
What is the world record for doing a Rubik's Cube?
I think it's like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, 3
Like what, 3 seconds?
Something like that.
3 seconds?
Yeah, it's something ridiculous,
Yeah.
Wow.
But nice one.
Okay,
I love that you got the jab, but you got the jab at me loving Winks in there while doing a Rubik's Cube. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
You have to remember that in the forefront of your mind.
That's because I was going to bring it up. But because it was just so, you were just having the time of your life when he scored because it was glorious for you. You were like everybody, you were all laughing at me. You were not laughing anymore because I remember Ben was like pointing at you as well in the celebration. It was hilarious.
It was triumphant.
But yeah,
it was glorious.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to you. You got it right. Well, everybody here was like saying he's not good enough. Gareth Bale also obviously had a great performance, as well as Lucas Moura and Dombele as well. Got a brace in like 2 minutes, something ridiculous. I mean, absolutely brilliant player he is. Yeah, he really, really is. So yeah, I think Wycombe made it. You got to give some credit to them. I think they actually did make it relatively hard, and they were pressing very well at the top. Akinfenwa, when he came on, was quite a bit of trouble for the few times. But once we got that goal, you kind of knew it was gonna end only one way. Because once we got the 2-1 lead, you knew they were not getting it back. Especially in a 4-1, it was just the floodgates open. It was just like how Manchester City was. So yeah, these cup games are really difficult. Like Manchester City are probably the best team in the league right now, but even they're just struggling because these teams go in here and they're giving 125%. They're giving every single thing they've got, and it makes it really, really difficult. So I mean, that's just the thing I'm gonna just say when I'm thinking about it like that.
We got a super chat here from Loves Music. He says, Ariane, he scores when he wants.
Well, there you go.
Ariane, he scores when he wants.
Ariane, who was your man in the match before we let you go?
I say Harry Winks.
Harry Winks.
Harry Winks.
Yeah,
That's what I like to hear. He had a good game,
you're
didn't
just
he?
trying to get on good Sims books, aren't you?
He deserves
I was bantering him for the whole 90 minutes.
I saw you in the comments. Yeah, but look, I think Winks deserves. Look, I know it's Wycombe, but I thought he had a good game. I agree. I don't know if it was man of the match. I thought Bale was actually man of the match. I thought Bale for once was taking on his man time after time and looked confident, and that's what I really liked. But I thought Winks definitely deserves some praise because I just feel like whenever things are not going bad, whenever things are going badly, he just takes all the criticism from fans. That's what I see. And I think he gets unjustly scapegoated a lot. That's just my opinion on him. And maybe he's not the best midfielder we've ever had or the best midfielder we could have, possibly. But I just think he does some good stuff and that gets overlooked a lot.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there because I certainly think some people get scapegoated a lot. Winks is one of them, and I like Davies a lot. And I can tell when he gets criticized. Sometimes it's fair, I'll be the first to admit, but he does get unfairly criticized a lot. Eric Dyer also gets criticized a lot. Right now, I think it's not too unfair, but I think when things go wrong defensively, he's always the first name on everybody's list. Lo Celso recently as well. There's a lot of scapegoats in Tottenham, and Winks is definitely one of them at the top of the list right now, especially because he's playing a lot more games than he was at the beginning of the season. So he's just kind of on the front of everybody's mind.
All right,
Ariane.
Nice one, Ariane.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you for the
Thank
Rubik's
you.
Cube
Yeah, also
demonstration.
with the Rubik's Cube. Maybe next time you could do 2 in to 1 hand each.
Oh, that would be so difficult. That would be so maybe.
We'll have to see. You get practicing.
Yeah, exactly. Get practicing. We're going to test you next time against Liverpool.
All right.
Nice one, mate.
See you later, man.
All right, I'll see you guys. Thank you guys.
Carl Patrick Vineyard says, have you checked Twitter? I'm on Twitter. Let me get your tweet up as you've sent it. Where are you, Carl? Where are you, Kyle? He sent a picture.
He's KPV. He's KPV.
I see K
He's
Bar.
KPV.
He sent something. Where's Carl Patrick Vineyard? I don't see.
Just go to his Twitter and search his tweets.
No, but he sent it to us. Carl Patrick. Oh wait, is he K Bar on Twitter?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, is that Kyle? Here he is then. Is that K Bar? Is that him on Twitter? Is Carl?
Let me see. Yeah, I think that's him.
All right. He says, do you think Harry Kane will score his first North London derby hat-trick against Arsenal in March? Well,
that'll be nice at the Emirates.
Huh?
Yeah, that'll be nice at the Emirates.
Wouldn't mind
And that's
that at
a
all.
super chat from Carl Patrick Vineyard saying, yes, that's me.
Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, well, there are people tweeting in. Might as well take a look at some tweets while we're here. We have the OBN says, today showed me why our team ain't good enough to win the league. 5-year regulars weren't on the pitch and our performance levels halved. Winks was quite poor in midfield and Sissoko and the attack just didn't create much. Look, I can understand that point, but one point I would say is, do you believe Man City are good enough to win the league? Because they struggled before being on their big guns against a League Two side.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to the commentator?
Just you and... Not you.
I disagree
I'm
with
talking to
that,
the commentator.
actually.
I'm not talking to you.
that.
I'm saying, in general, do you, the royal... do you feel like Man City... who was it? The OBN. Do you feel like Man City are good enough to win the league? Because they were 1-0 down with 10 minutes to go before bringing on some players against Cheltenham, and they end up turning it around.
In the Cups. These things happen when lower league team play higher opposition. These things happen. You know what I mean? They set up to frustrate, and more times out of not that they do frustrate, and the better team comes through at the end of the day.
So
most of the time, not all the time.
Patrick B, we're gonna get that up. He says, best Bale display since he joined, in my opinion. I think that's true. I think there's not much slim pickings, but it is true.
It is slim pickings.
Someone's tagged us in this. Not for sale, Jose. They tapping up we're tapping up Akinfenwa. Jose tapping up Akinfenwa there. Lovely stuff. There's a few more tweets we're in. We got Manny Paul says Tanguy added another 20 mil onto his price tag. Winksy needs to only shoot with his left foot from now on. Lamella worked hard and looked sharp. Downfall is we had to bring on our big guns to finish the game. Only thing I'd disagree with is Lamella looked sharp, because I don't think he did look sharp.
I think that he actually improved. I thought first half he did look a bit... he wasn't that great. But I do think as our team attacked more in the second half, he did look a bit better.
Jude Uwugbulam, he says, oh my God, as Spurs fans, we've got to seriously upgrade our mentality and belief. We're still on for the quadruple. Seriously, though, I see us winning at least 2 trophies this season. I recall Jose asking Jan on the Amazon documentary about how good was last season. Coming away with nothing this season is not an option. Dare to dream.
I agree.
Come on, Jude. Come on, Jude. Up there with the... All right. All
right. Who's on next? Brian.
Brian Daigle.
Yes, Brian. How's it going, mate?
All good, lads. How about yourselves?
Yeah, all good. Right. Into the next round of the FA Cup. Everton away. How are you feeling?
It's all we can hope for. Listen, winning is winning. It doesn't matter if it's by an inch or by a mile. I can't really comment on the first half because my cover was blown at work because I was in training and we went 1-0 down. And I went, oh, fuck. And was off. So,
don't worry, you didn't miss much in this first half. I'll tell you that. You didn't miss much.
Second half performance, all right. It took our time, but I was very pleased for Bale.
Yeah.
Very pleased for Bale because I think the thing with him is, yes, he needs minutes, but I think today was the first time he trusted his body. I think he's been so scared of pulling up or getting an injury or not getting the full 90. And today you could see a few sprints coming on and he was a lot more energetic. So hopefully that's given him some confidence in his own body.
Do you think that's a sign of things to come for Gareth?
Do you know what? Like you said, Ben, every time we see anything positive, it's like, there he is. That's the Bale. Here he comes. And then it's nothing. So I'm going to say this very quietly. Yes, I do. But this is the thing. I think that the main thing with him is trusting his body. And I think that will give him the world of good, that 90 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. But in terms of other players, Harry Winks got man of the match today. Scored a lovely goal in the second half with his left foot as well. What did you make of his performance?
So, I am a Harry Winks fan. I wouldn't go as big as you, Simeon, but I am there. I've always said that I think there's a player in there.
That's all I've said. That is as big as me.
One thing we know for sure is he's not a defensive midfielder. He's a midfielder or in between midfield, attacking midfield, and that's his position. And it's trying to get him regular game time there because he is having an influence on games in that position. When he's a DM, he's like a sat-nav. He gets the ball, gets 10 yards, reaches destination, pass to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also one player I want to ask you about as well, who got taken off early, is Carlos Vinicius, who didn't make the hour mark. He got taken off for Harry Kane. Didn't have a great game by all accounts. It's been a weird period for Carlos Vinicius since he's come to Spurs, because if you look at the raw numbers, it will tell you that he's pretty much done his job since he's come here. Yet Jose doesn't seem to trust him in any games rather other than like Europa League or games against Marine and stuff like that. Do you see why after seeing him tonight?
This is a really tricky one, and we discussed this on our podcast last week. With Vinicius, he's just getting thrown in at odd times. He's not getting a chance to say, here you go, have some time, show us what you can do. He's getting chucked in at Europa, 3 minutes here. All right, you're starting against Wycombe. He hasn't had a consistent amount of minutes to say, this is what I can do. And against Wycombe, like we saw against Marine, he was fantastic. Today wasn't his day, but I think he needs more minutes. But Mourinho isn't giving them to him, and that's down to him.
But where can we actually give him the more minutes? Because does he actually deserve to be playing in starting a Premier League game at the moment?
I wouldn't go as far as starting, but I think he needs like 15, 20, 25 minutes in a Premier League game. Because without saying anything, we just know that at some point, Kane or Son are going to get a suspension or an injury, and he's going to come in. And he's going to need to be ready for the Premiership, the Europa League kicking in, the later stages of the Cup. And it can't just be, okay, you've had 3 minutes, off you go, do what you do. He needs to build Premiership minutes up. So whether it's 15 minutes as opposed to 3, he will get an impact.
And one player I really want to talk to you about, Tanguy Ndombele, comes on for the last 20 minutes, 2 goals, probably could have got more. Creative, at his creative best. I mean, how good is this guy?
As I said to you, the biggest word you've ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilistic
Tanguy Ndombele.
He is a different gravy. And I've been having a chat with people in my WhatsApp groups. I'd like your input on this. I reckon, don't get me wrong, I think Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the Premier League. When he's on form, no touching him. But right now, I think Tanguy Ndombele is the best midfielder in the league. For his impact, his influence, his stamp on games, just currently, like since Christmas, like he's lasting longer, he's having a bigger impact, and I think right now, on current form, he's the measuring stick that other midfielders need to look into. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely up there, that's for sure. But he hasn't done it for long enough for me to kind of put him up with the best yet. You know what I mean?
And also in terms of getting goals and assists.
Yeah.
Do you think he needs to add more goals and assists to his game?
Yeah, but that is the thing. Like you saw in the Sheffield United game, we got cut off just as I was saying this because my internet connection was bad. But some of his passes, the players couldn't even see that kind of pass coming off because he's so on another 100%. Level. And they're like, what the hell? How did he do that? And I think the assists are going to come because they're now seeing this guy's passing forward. This guy can find me in like he can find his way out of a phone box and make a pass. So I think the assists are coming. The goals, yes, but I think the assists are coming because the players are now like, wait a minute. And you saw what Declan Rice said about what the England players are saying about him. He is phenomenal, and I think the assists are going to come. The goals is definitely where he needs to improve.
Yeah, 100%. And can you remember a time being a Spurs fan at this stage of the season in late January, being in all cup competitions and in kind of touching distance of top of the Premier League?
Only a time 3 seconds before my alarm clock goes off. That's the only time. I mean, I can remember we've been on runs to quarterfinals, semi-finals. Like the year we got to the final of the Carling Cup or whatever the bloody hell it was called then. Yeah. And then the semi-final of the FA Cup. But never look at it this way. And I actually think if we get the Carabao Cup, and I'm going to make a bold statement here, if we win the Carabao Cup, I reckon we're going to do the treble on the Cups. Because it will give us a confidence booster. If we lose it, I don't really want to say what will happen. But I think if we win it and get that confidence booster, the 3 cups are ours.
I mean, it's just a shame that the Carabao Cup final is not like when it should be now in like early February or late February time. That's just a shame for me.
This can only happen to Spurs fans. Like my dad said when Chelsea won the Champions League, only Tottenham Hotspur can lose a game they don't play. It's the simplest thing, and this is why. We get to a final, let's move it till then. Always the Spurs.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. But Brian, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
Nice one, Brian.
My pleasure, guys. Keep up the great work. Speak to you soon, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Always great getting Brian on.
Yeah, of course. Class guest.
I
Let's
think
get
we've got-
Jack.
Yeah, Jack
Jack
K.
K.
Yes,
Hey, how are you
Come
guys?
on.
Yeah, all good, mate. How are you?
I just wanted to shout out Brian, as always, class analysis, as you guys
100%.
said. And then also Joe and Mish I loved. I don't know which one is Joe and which one is Mish, but I agree with them entirely.
Joe
in
is
that.
Joe's
Mish's
the younger
son.
one.
Joe's Mish's son.
Oh, okay. And so I just think I agree entirely in that for some of the older Spurs fans, I'm not very old myself, but I feel like I've been around the block in terms of being a Spurs fan, in terms of seeing the Asuika
When did you start becoming a Spurs fan?
I think it was around 2012, I can say. So
You've had enough heartbreak, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been around,
Not quite our level heartbreak, but you've had enough heartbreak.
And so I wanted this to be shorter, but I wanted to say I agree with him entirely. And just seeing ourselves in a Carabao Cup final is it's lovely to see. Seeing ourselves in any final is always wonderful and feels like almost a joke in itself, given where I feel like we've been in the past. And so I agree with him entirely. Just if we win a Carabao Cup, that would just feel like a success to build off of, even if we don't have any silverware after that. So I'll just stop there.
Just quickly, man of the match today?
Man of the match today, I would probably agree with Sim and say probably Winksy.
Sim
Thought
didn't
he
even
had
say,
a
Sim didn't even
I
say
said
Winks.
Bale. Everyone just assumes I'm going to say Winks. But no.
Maybe I didn't finish. I was trying to finish all of the instant match reaction, but I couldn't finish all of it. So maybe I misquoted you. But I think Winksy had a wonderful game, especially because he played the full 90. Bale, I think, would have been the man of the match if we had played 180 minutes against Wycombe. He just seemed to grow into the game. He just seemed to be more dangerous and play more like he seemed to be, if you gave him 10 more minutes, it would just be another level of him being a class above everyone else. But it just seemed like he needed to grow into the game more and more. Especially in the beginning, because I felt like his touch was a little heavy. Obviously, he missed that sitter. I thought it was a sitter personally.
Yeah, the header from the corner. Yeah.
And then even if you consider where he's been in the past and how good he's been in the past, you would think that time when he took on Johnston, I think it was, or their left back who's taken off of the game for injury.
It was
Jacobson,
Jacobson, yeah.
With his right, that looked like a good chance. And then he also had that chance at the top of the box. So he personally, given where he's been in the past, he could have had a hat trick in the first half. But I'm not going to grind him for that or anything at all. But I think I would not give him man of the match simply because I think he missed a lot of chances just given his quality.
So are you excited to see what's to come from Gareth Bale?
I think we're all excited. Exactly. I think it was Brian who said just seeing him do 90 minutes is I think a wonderful achievement. Like I said, as if we had seen him, if it was a 180-minute game, if it was a marathon of a game, he would have been the best man on the pitch. I think all we needed to see was just more minutes, and he was gonna probably finish with 6 goals at the end of the game. That's what I mean. He had so many chances that he created for himself that he also created for others, and he could have had a hat trick, like I said earlier. It's just, I think he needs to just get more experience, and he would have had that hat trick. If he had more experience, he would have had that hat trick in the first half. But he's growing into things, so I'm not gonna press him at all.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming on, Jack.
Nice one, Jack. Good to speak to you, mate.
Up the Spurs.
Appreciate it. Nice one, mate.
Come on. All right. Who is next? I believe it's Guha.
Is it Guha? Ariel? Ariel, you there? Has he turned your camera on if you're there, Ariel? I think you've turned your camera off.
Oh, he's coming back, I think.
Is he coming back? How do you know?
I just saw something move.
Oh, did you?
No. Let's get Guha
like a horror
and then we'll
movie.
go to Ariel. Oh, he's back, Ariel.
there he is.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Sorry, guys.
Yes, Ariel. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, guys. How are you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
good,
doing well.
thanks. Good, thanks. What did you make out of the game today?
Yeah, great game. Well, we did the dominant possession. We did play well, but we weren't just that clinical. I felt
Yeah.
like early on we were just missing chances. Sometimes it felt like it felt like we were not gonna. It's not gonna be our days or anything like that. But then we end up scoring the goals later on. But I felt like just that final touches, the final passes wasn't really there at the very beginning of the game, and that could have been a problem. But thankfully, we did score the goals at the end.
I
But
know you,
yeah,
I know you like to pull me up on this quite regularly every time you call, so I'm just going to say it straight out now. So I said Gareth Bale looks slow, and then Gareth Bale probably had his best game in a Spurs shirt since he's come back, and he scored that goal afterwards. How excited are you for kind of the future of this season with Gareth Bale?
yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm gonna say something. I kind of have the feeling that at the very beginning of the season, probably Mourinho had a chat with him in regard to the first half of this season. He just needed to build on his fitness, maybe just to build on his fitness, and the second part of the season where he can just hit the ground running. And I feel like this is what's gonna happen. I'm really optimistic with Bale, and I feel like he's gonna really is gonna be a very important, especially on the right hand side where the place I think is up for grabs, because on the left hand side you can have Son and then on top Kane, but on the right hand side you can say Bergwijn. But since he's not scoring the goals, so Bale can be there to push him and then just to grab the place. So I think he's going to be having a great second half of the season.
But do you think Bale can do that sheer work rate that Steven Bergwijn can produce on that right wing?
This is exactly what the problem was, I think, with him. I don't think with him it was the final touch or the goals. I think more they had to build his fitness, and secondly is what they had to build his work rate. And I have a feeling he's gotten to a stage where he's gonna trust himself a bit more, and the manager's gonna trust him a bit more to play like regularly, even in the Premier League. So I feel he's gonna have a great season. I'm having it, or even not starting every single game, but I feel like he's gonna be a great impact player in the second half of the season. And I feel like this also can help Bergwijn to push himself a bit more. Because I feel like with Bergwijn, you just need that goal, just the goal, just to kind of, help him, because he's lacking confidence just in front of goals. This is what's lacking with Bergwijn. But I feel like everything's going to be fine. And my only worry today was just, Son, the last three games we haven't, he's missing quite easy chances. And I'm worried because, we're playing Liverpool next. And if all the chances fall into Son, and, we may live to regret it, but hopefully not.
Yeah, he did miss another one today, but I'm sure he'll get his goal-scoring boots back on.
Definitely.
We played a lot of fringe players today. We made a lot of changes. We did ultimately need the big guns near the end to kind of win us the game. But were there any players for you who came into the side who impressed you and put in a shout for maybe a first-team spot, apart from Bale, who we've touched on?
Winks. You'd say Winks. Winks had a great game, but I don't know whether... Do you know the thing about Winks is he's not a replacement for Højbjerg, but he can play instead of Sissoko. So because he can play where Ndombele plays, because I don't think he's as creative as Ndombele is. So he can also play that defensive midfielder where Højbjerg plays, but he can definitely play where Sissoko plays. So it's just a matter of Mourinho finding out which game he can play there and which game Sissoko can play. For example, against Liverpool, I would be a bit reluctant to play him, but maybe I'll go for Sissoko instead. But I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we're going to need Sissoko's energy and muscle and just non-stop running in that middle of the park against Liverpool, just to shut their midfield down. I mean, but Winks could easily come in for the West Brom game or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Those teams that sit back against Tottenham, I think this is the perfect game for him, because you can see against Wycombe, because we were having a lot of the ball, so he can just pick those passes, play forwards, and that's his game really. But when the game get a bit physical, I think it's a bit tough for him. So this is when I think it's a bit better when Sissoko plays it. Like against Liverpool, for example, I'd play Højbjerg, Sissoko, and Ndombele in midfield.
Okay, and what do you think Tottenham can achieve this season? We're still in every competition up till now. Do you think we can win a trophy, or even more than a trophy? We're still fighting on all fronts. Do you think that we can still have a really big season?
Very, very. I'm optimistic. We're already in one final, and it's just so good to feel like you're playing more games and you already know you're already in a final. That feeling is just amazing. So we're already in the final, and we just still in the FA Cup, and I'm really optimistic as well in Europa League. I have a feeling minimum we're gonna get 2 trophies this season. I'm
Two.
definitely sure. 2, definitely. I'm having a feeling
Love
the
it.
League Cup, and one of either the FA Cup or the Europa League. I'm having a feeling we're gonna have one, like at least 2.
I mean, I would absolutely love that.
Listen, same here, but and let's see how it goes on the league as well, man. Like everyone is slipping up like nowadays, so we don't know if we win against Liverpool. Listen, we're above them with the game in hand, so it's really, really, really important to do well in that game.
Yeah, no, 100%. But Ariel, thank you so much for coming on, man. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
All right, nice one, Ariel.
Up the Spurs.
Shall we read out this quote then that Mourinho's been talking about Bale's performance today? And he was asked, what did you make of his performance? He said, it was good, some good movement, someone and against one, beating people, attacking people, creating chances, of course, scoring a goal. Apart from that, I never felt he couldn't play the 90 minutes. I never felt I needed to change him. And that is good. Of course, the championship is a competitive level and the aggression is high and the intensity is good. So I'm happy. We've had some good performances from boys that started the game. Of course, Winks was man of the match, which is a very much deserved because I thought he was very, very good in everything he did, apart from the goal. The goal is just a very small, important detail, but happy because I think the attitude of the team was very professional, and it's the kind of game that even if we lose because we don't take chances and they score in the last minute, let's say that, I wouldn't be sad because very professional performance. So yeah, that's interesting stuff from Jose Mourinho on Bale and Winks' performance there, and seems full of praise for them.
Yeah, and rightly so, man. I think that we've all criticised Bale when it's been due. So, like you say, we need to give him praise when it's due as well. So
yeah, but also
hopefully that this can kickstart his season now.
And also, I think, the big fear when Bale joined was that, well, obviously there's 2 fears. One, that he's finished, and 2, that he doesn't care anymore. But I think when you're
caring thing was out the question. I think for him to come back to Tottenham, put that to bed, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think if you're performing away, even if it's away at Wycombe, and you don't feel like that kind of game's beneath you, and you're trying really hard to play well, I think that just shows that he wants to be a success here. He doesn't want to let this period pass him by.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever in doubt though.
Some people, he's on the golf course. He's that's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I think when he came to Tottenham, that put that to bed.
For Spurs fans, it did.
I think for maybe. But I think that if you can see what's going on, if he wanted just to sit around and pick up his wages, he would stick around in Real Madrid and play on golf courses and not bother, not even think about football for the season, for the next 2 seasons, and pick up 600 grand a week.
Yeah, that's true. But I was just happy. Seeing him perform well today, and I know he's going to have a lot tougher tests, but you can only play what's in front of you, and he hasn't been that good up until today. And just seeing him repeatedly beat his fullback and cause trouble and create things was just good. So
yeah, it was good to see. And it's something that we've been looking forward to seeing since he's joined, really.
Yeah, and hopefully he can do more of that.
All right, let's get the last couple of guests on. First is Lily White Lane. How's it going,
Hi
mate?
guys, how are you all doing?
We're good, we're good. How are you?
Yeah, just really, really pleased with that result. Really, really pleased with the performance. Obviously, for me, it was a bit of a nervy game at the beginning. It led on to be quite an interesting game, to be honest. I think Wycombe were quite good, but as soon as we brought on Tanguy and Domblé, that really did change the dynamic of the game. And I think bringing on Tanguy and Domblé especially, bringing on Kane and Son as well to have that star power, but especially Tanguy and Domblé, just the way, this guy just keeps on getting better and better. He's absolutely outstanding. Apart from that, I think defensively, I don't think we were the greatest. I think Tanganga put in a good shift. He did his job. I think Alderweireld was all right, but he kept on getting bullied and bossed by the Wycombe striker. But apart from that, I think there weren't many issues, and we kind of just finished off the game at the end, and floodgates were open. And I think Ndombele especially was absolutely fantastic. But for me, my man of the match would have to be Harry Winks. He was putting in shifts all across the pitch, getting into the right position, positionally aware, absolutely fantastic, and then scored a really nice goal as well. So I think, he did really well in this game.
In terms of Harry Winks, do you think he played well enough today to put himself in the well, he already is in the conversation, but to kind of stamp his place into the team, into the Premier League side?
Well, honestly, it depends. Because for me, the Liverpool game, it all depends on the way we want to set out. For me, I think our best midfield, honestly, is Højbjerg, then Sissoko, and Tanguy and Ndombele kind of as that centre attacking midfielder. So it all depends whether it's Winks or Sissoko for me. I think Højbjerg always stays in there, and I think Tanguy and Ndombele stays in there. And what I've realised about Tanguy as well, and he can last a lot more than 60 minutes right now. And he's starting to pick up more goals now, you know, being more creative from midfield. Quite a few assists this season, and for his past few games, he scored in that Wolves game. Obviously, I don't want to talk too much about that, but he scored in that Wolves game. He scored against Sheffield, and he scored, I think, 2 again tonight. So I think Tanguy and Ndombele's on absolute fire, and as I say, he keeps on getting better. So for me, I think against Liverpool, it's more Sissoko, so we can dominate that midfield area. I think Sissoko, for me, against Liverpool, who are going to be pressing high constantly, we want to play that high line, and I think Sissoko's perfectly at kind of getting in front of our 2 centre halves alongside Højbjerg, and you know, protecting our back line and doing well defensively.
And another player who sometimes struggles for minutes and sometimes struggles to finish 90 minutes in Gareth Bale. He did do that today. How do you assess his performance, and how do you think he's going to do second half of the season now?
I think Bale was really, really good tonight. I think he was fantastic. As I say, he was bombing down the wing. You know, some of the shifts that he put in, you know, that dribble, I remember when he done about 3 defenders and he just missed it. And I think he was unlucky not to get a hat-trick or 4 goals, 3 or 4 goals tonight. But as I say, he was fantastic. And obviously he did get that goal. And I think he was constantly getting into the right position. So for me, Gareth Bale was absolutely fantastic, I think, and definitely up there because a lot of our team performed well. I think Lucas Moura as well. I think he did all right in the game, you know, constantly pressing high. But the issue is with Moura for me, right? He wants to attack, right? But for me, when he does, he goes on some of these runs like a headless chicken and then eventually loses the ball. So it all depends on the way Jose wants to set our team. But I don't think Moura will get a start against Liverpool. I think Bergwijn should be in that position to track back and go more defensive. But Bergwijn definitely, for me, deserves the first team start. Like, there's a lot of criticism and stuff and hate, which I just don't understand because I think he's absolutely fantastic at tracking back, doing good defensively, and you know it's not his fault. And right now, he's struggling to put the ball in the back of the net. But you know, once that goal eventually comes, that will massively boost his confidence. And he's good as he is now, tracking back, going defensively. So for me, Bergwijn does get that start over Moura. But as of midfield, yes, Sissoko for me over Winks.
Is our sense, Lily White Lane?
Yeah, you are talking a lot of sense, and you're getting a lot of love in the comment section as well. So I want to give you this opportunity to actually plug your YouTube channel, tell people where to find you, because it looks as though people do actually they want to go and see you speak. So
go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I've got my own channel on YouTube, Lily White Lane, all kinds of Tottenham Hotspur content, match previews, match reviews, everything on there, predicted lineups, transfer updates. So yeah, please, if you are watching this, go and drop a sub. You'd be doing me a massive favour, and as I say, really, really do appreciate it, guys.
All right, so you heard it.
Wonder if he gets his lineups right more than we do. Probably.
Oh, we've got to check him out in future.
Yeah, I'll see.
No, but seriously, absolutely brilliant. Cool. And everyone, go and subscribe now to Lily White Lane. Brilliant Spurs content. Very, very knowledgeable Spurs fans. So thank you very much for coming on, mate.
No, cheers for coming on, mate.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Good to speak to you.
See you later. All right, who have we got next?
Guha.
Guha.
1 second.
1 second, Guha.
Is he coming on? No.
That's
say
all
sorry.
good.
We should have you on by now. Is everything all right?
We should apologise to you, Guha. 1 sec.
1 second.
There
you go.
There we go. Guha, how's it going, mate?
Good, guys. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thanks. Very good. Thanks.
Thanks for the. I received the program, the Arsenal Tottenham game program, and I also got the purple T-shirt. Yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you, guys.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for all your very loyal support to the channel. It's very much appreciated. But in terms of the game today, what did you make out of the game today?
I think for most of that game, and I think Tottenham fans could relate to this, it felt like there was an Akinfenwa winner waiting to happen. It's pretty nerve-wracking, especially when we hit the crossbar twice. But it was one of those things where I guess when it rains, it pours, right? And it was, I think a lot of it came down to the fact that they hadn't played in a couple of weeks. Tired at the end, and then the goal was just fantastic. the footwork for the fourth goal was sublime. I think Ndombele's finish for his first goal was also very easily done. And it's sad that we had to rely on Son and Kane and Ndombele to make it happen. But I guess it is what it is. It's a cup game. They're a tough opposition. You're playing away from home.
Let me ask you about a couple of players that haven't been mentioned that much tonight because we've kind of been keeping it positive. But in Lamela and Vinicius, who got taken off early, how do you think they performed? And do you think that they did their opportunities any harm with how they performed tonight?
So I agree with what you guys said earlier, right? Vinicius' stats are pretty good. It's just that like when you see him play, his hold-up play is good. Some of his post touch is pretty heavy. I still think that he's going to be pretty important. We also know that Tom Brady is in the finals of the Super Bowl, if I'm not wrong. So Kane's going to get injured sometime soon so that he can watch the match. So I think Vinicius is going to be pretty important. I mean, I hope not too, but it seems to happen every year. But no, like I think he's good for what we have him for. Like in terms of playing in Europa, and his stats are pretty decent. Lamela, I've always liked him. I think he has a bit of a cult following in terms of Tottenham fans, and his press is very important for Mourinho's team. Like we saw that during the United game, and the absolute shithousery. I think it's very in that aspect. So once he's fit, which is it's a rare occurrence. I think it's going to be pretty good in terms of having him as an option, especially to bring on. He wasn't great today. I think you have to say what it is. He wasn't particularly great today, but it would be good to have in terms of especially we've seen the fixture list going forward. So yeah, squad player.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to more positive things. Gareth Bale did seem kind of back to his best. Not back to his best, but getting there.
Best is a bit of a stretch.
Not best, but slowly but surely
improved performance. Let's put it that way.
The cogs are
Guys,
turning.
I don't want to be a wet blanket here, but it's a wet towel. But it's Wycombe and this is Bale, and I think the sooner we get to the stage where we agree that we're not going to see the Gareth Bale that we know, the easier it is. So it was nice to see good touches, the step over to the right and hitting the side netting, the outer foot passes. All of that is class. His first touches were pretty decent too, but I just think it's easier for us if we if we expect way too much. I just think it's not going to happen, and I don't think we're going to see him until West Brom probably after this.
But is it like a watched kettle never boils, that kind of thing?
but Guha, put it this way, because he's played against quite awful teams in the Europa League, against Marine. We've never seen anything on that kind of level as of yet. So does that not make you a bit excited moving into the second half of the season?
I like what I'm seeing, and like someone pointed out earlier, I think it's about building fitness, and I think it's about you could see that even in the first half of the game, he was kind of saving himself and trying to conserve energy as much as he could. It's good to see all of that. I really hope, I think a lot of Tottenham fans became Tottenham fans because of someone like Bale, so I hope for the sake of a lot of us, we see that happening, but it's going to take some time, and I don't see it being yes, he played 90 minutes today, but if that means he's going to be out for the next 3 games, it's fine. But his goal against Burnley, stuff like that is pretty important. I just hope it continues, and I hope he stays fit. I don't think it's an attitude issue. I think it's just a fitness issue.
I agree.
All right, Guha, thanks a lot for coming on, man.
Nice one, Guha.
Yeah, of course.
Always
also,
a pleasure.
I just wanted to say,
please.
Harry Winks, I too am a Winks apologist, and I have a away jersey with his name on it. I got the jersey.
Hi, my name is Guha. I'm a Winks apologist.
We should make a club, Guha.
No, for sure, man. I would sign up instantly.
Brilliant. Yeah, he
played
well today, didn't he?
On, yeah.
Nice one,
thanks
Guha.
for coming on, Guha.
Come on, you Spurs.
Cheers. Good to see you.
We need
Love
to start like a Winks Anonymous.
Winks Anonymous. Winks Anonymous. I think Winks isn't terrible.
Hi, my name is Simeon. I've been a Winks apologist for 5 years now.
Ever since that debut against West Ham. As soon as he scored and hugged Pochettino, I was sold.
Let's get on Anik.
Come on, Anik.
I don't think he's a Winks apologist, are you, Anik?
No.
But what did you make out of his performance today, though?
It's exactly what Mourinho said. He made a lot of vertical passes and not lateral ones. That's what I expect him to do. And I was really impressed. Actually, I was very surprised that he finished the goal with his left foot. But yeah, he had a very decent game, and very deservedly he should be the man of the match of the game, as everyone said.
Brilliant. And in terms of the way the whole game went, it got a bit nervy at some stages, but was it a deserved 4-1 win today, or was it a bit of a glossy scoreline?
Yeah, I think we had created 28 chances, so
Yeah.
it was only a matter of time. The thing is, a lot of people will say that Tottenham playing with this team against a team like Wycombe, they can't score goals. But if you look at Manchester City, they also had the same thing. They scored in the last few minutes, and also the fact is that we created a lot of chances. It's just that we couldn't finish. We're just lacking the touches because most of the players, they are not regular players. They don't play every day. So with that respect, and if we see 28 chances, is not a matter of joke. And we constantly created chances. And if you even look, we started with not an attacking midfielder, like not a creating attacking midfielder. And with that team, we have created a lot of chances. And we like for the last, or rather the whole season, we are saying that we are failing in creating chances. But now it's a small step. If we continue building on this, then there will be a lot of chances going forward.
Yeah, you're right. People do say that we're failing in creating chances, but the last 3 or 4 games, we're actually failing in finishing off our chances, aren't we?
Exactly. Now, is that okay, people will say we were defensive, we have to be clinical because the chances come very less. But now that in the last 3 or 4 games, we have created chances, there is a little bit shift. Last time we were finishing better, now we're creating a little bit more. It's just about finding the right balance. And we just have to wait for that. This is a very extraordinary season. So players are getting adjusted to it. So once we get there, it is going to be a good ride for us, I think. This is going to be a very good season. I'm very positive about it.
Ndombele had an absolutely magical cameo, didn't he? Scoring 2 goals, setting up as well the second goal, which we scored, playing a big involvement in that. Also skying over a chance which he should have scored. How important is he going to be for us this season? This obviously been very important for us in the first half of the season, but how impressive is he? And do you think now he's going to start adding goals and assists consistently to his game?
Okay, so the Ndombele story goes way back. When he joined Tottenham, one of my Tottenham friends, he said that we bought a player, Ndombele. I think he cost us £45 million. So
65,
I said 65. Okay. So I thought, okay, I don't know. I had never seen him play, not even in the League One. When he started the first game, he scored a beautiful goal. Then as the season progressed, his form dipped. Then I in this summer window, I thought that it's better that we sell him and get someone. Get him replaced. Like I had no positive opinion about him, but comes this season, he starts improving. Whenever I watch him, I am in awe. It's always like he is going to lose the ball, but somehow he does wonders with it. His technique is so good, and the best part of him, which I like about him, is initially what I told, like even in the show, that our best combination would be Lo Celso, Ndombele, and Højbjerg. But the problem with Ndombele was his defensive aspects and his concentration. But now in the past 4 or 5 games, I can see that he has really improved in that area. Not only that, he was a player who used to always pass the ball rather than taking chances, taking shots at goal. Now, if you see, he's more involved in this game. He had, I think, played 20-25 minutes in this game. He had only a few opportunities, and in such a quick succession, he scored 2 goals. So his dynamic has totally changed. He has become something of a beast. Like he is our guy. I think I could rely more on Ndombele than Harry Kane, because he is such an engine to our team.
Wow,
we have Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
That's
big talking.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this:
Exactly.
you say that last season you were happy to get rid of Ndombele. You didn't like the way he was playing. Blah blah blah. Does that show that with other players that aren't really hitting form, that we should take our time with them and kind of give them more time, have some trust in them, and put some more faith in kind of players that are not on form?
Yeah, definitely. And I think Mourinho has to do a lot with this. His impact is very impeccable. Now, let's talk about Gareth Bale. What I feel about Gareth Bale, I think you might agree with me. Initially, when he played some games, he was not very physical. He was not aggressive. It was like he was trying to save himself from any injuries. He had a fear in his mindset. or like I don't want to get injured, because he has not played so many long games. He was in the bench for a long time. If you just go and read the news for the last couple of or last 10-15 days, Mourinho telling Bale you want to go play football or go to Real Madrid and go to the bench, and then you say in the press conferences saying Gareth Bale has to prove his chances. Look at that impact. Today he was involved. He was aggressive. He was creating chances. Yeah, he still lacks confidence. He was not shooting the balls. His passes were sometimes missing here and there. But if he continues with this path, I think he will not only get his fitness back. If Ndombele can get leaner and fitter, I'm quite sure Gareth Bale can. He is only 31 years old, and I can never believe that he is past his best. Maybe he is not that Gareth Bale. You can't be that Gareth Bale, but he is something. He is one of the best players in the world, and nobody can deny it.
Yep.
Come on, Anik.
That's what I love to hear, Anik. That is what I absolutely love to hear. Gareth Bale. So are you backing him to have a very, very strong second half of the season then?
Yes, I'm very positive that he will have it.
All right.
I'm very positive, and
All
I think he's going to have a part to play in the Liverpool game.
All right, you heard it here first, Anik. Well, we're going to hold you to that. We're going to hear from you after the Liverpool game, and after Gareth Bale scores that winner, we'll give you your rightful praise.
And if he doesn't, you can blame Jose.
Yeah, exactly. Anik, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Nice one, Anik.
Come on, you Spurs.
Good to see you. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs.
All right, so I think
is that it, or last one more? Got Josh? Yeah, go on, one more.
All right, one more.
One
more.
Yeah, well, you got.
There's always time for Josh. There's always time for Josh.
Come on, man. Nothing
Come on,
better.
Guys. Don't forget me now. Don't forget
Never.
me. I'm not
Never.
Dele Alli, yeah? Don't hang me out to dry, mate. I've done nothing wrong, man.
Gonna send you to Paris in a minute,
man.
mate. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go to Paris and play with Mr. Magic himself. No, I'd rather play for Jose right now. The way things are going, guys, absolutely brilliant. Oh man, on top of the world, man. 4 competitions. The year ends in 1. It's starting to happen, guys. The guys that are like me, that are like, no, let's wait. It's happening. It's happening in front of our very own eyes. We're beating every team that's put in front of us, more or less, in every cup competition. You know, and it's the bubbles are flowing, man. I mean, listen, I'm celebrating. Obviously, you know me, right? When we win, I have a drink, yeah. So I went through a lean patch and I almost gave up because we weren't winning, but I'm celebrating, but quite quietly and maturely. And I'm just thinking, whoa, we beat Everton. Things could start happening, guys. I don't know, man. I'm getting the bubbles in my belly right now, man. It's ooh. We got the main guy, innit? We got Jose. We got the trophy magnet himself. The year ends in 1. You know, we've got probably the best squad we've had in a long time, arguably. I think we could say that, all of us. We've got an absolute magician in the middle of a park. You know, that's just doing things, just crazy things every game consistently. And we've got 2 of the best strikers in the world, man. Great combination, man. It's all happening. The only problem we got is defense is the only problem. You get past Højbjerg and you've got a chance with Spurs. You get past our Marshall and you've got a chance. And that's what's going to happen with Liverpool. They get past him. We need our defenders to turn up. That's the only weakness in our team, is them back 2. But otherwise, we're pretty well covered. Obviously, top right, still a question mark. But guys, the engine's oiled, man. The engine's warmed up. The snow's melted. It's all kicking off, man.
You say top right's an issue. Let me look. Did Bale go any way today of making you think that maybe he could be the answer there, or do you still think he has a long way? Obviously, he has a long way to go before he can prove that.
Yeah. Look, for me, Gareth Bale, right? You know, form can be temporary and class is permanent, but speed goes with age, and the Premier League is the quickest league in the world, the most intense physically, and your body ages and your muscles start to wear and tear. So with Gareth Bale, everyone needs to stop thinking mentally about the Gareth Bale we had all them years ago. Just stop that, because that's not fair on the boy. Physically, your body can't keep doing that week in, week out, what Gareth Bale was doing to left backs, to midfielders, to goalkeepers, whatever. What we need from Gareth Bale is a nice, mature 20 minutes to come off the bench or do something special in that moment. He's still got the movement, and he's still got the finishing, and he's still got the brain, but he hasn't got the speed. So it's a different Gareth Bale. For me, he plays a cameo role, but he's not our starting man in that position. Not yet anyways. Let's see what happens.
Okay. And yeah, you say I get that he's not a starting man, but today he was showing. You say like the muscles and everything, and you're not going to be the same player. But he did look quite quick today. He did look like he was getting his speed back a bit.
He did. He did look quick, guys. Remember, based on the opposition, you're going to get so many games this season that you could throw on your B team, and we did that today. And the B team did a pretty good job. They kept us in the game, right, until the big guns came on and did the job. So based on the opposition, Gareth Bale's a squad player. For me, he's not a starting 11 man week in, week out, because he just hasn't got the body for it. Bless him. Bless him. If he had the muscles and the energy for it, of course. And he might get there. He might get to 75% of what he was. But he's not going to be the Gareth Bale we had before, guys. Yeah. That's my opinion. Everyone needs to let go of that dream. We've got to live in the moment, and we've got to think ahead now. The boy's a squad man. He'll do a job against lesser teams, and he has done. He scored goals against lesser teams. Against Liverpool, you're going to start him? Not for me. Not for me. When you need a goal, a bit of movement, a bit of cleverness, and a bit of experience, 75 minutes on the clock, bring him in for a goal. He might score a free kick. He might do what he done today. But is he going to be a starting player with the pace and intensity of the Premier League? Not for me, guys. Not at the moment. Long way off at the moment.
Fair enough.
All right, and finally, are we going to be eating samosas on Thursday night?
Listen, man, it's a big game, guys. It's a really big game. We're back in the title race. We're back in the title race if we win this game. I genuinely believe.
I don't want to hear talk about the title race. I genuinely don't want to hear it.
We're flirting, we're walking past a pretty girl at the bar, but we haven't got the confidence to speak to her at the moment. The trophy's there, and we keep walking and flirting and walking in and around it. We want to sit at the bar and have that position. Leicester have been doing it recently. Man United have put a marker down, and Man City have put a marker down. Liverpool have fallen away. Chelsea have fallen away. Are we going to put a marker down, or are we going to fall away? My brain says to me, would you take a draw? But I'm going to say no. I want 3 points on this one, because Liverpool are there for the taking, guys. That defence is a shambles, and I hope Jose goes for it. Jose, please go for it. We're happy to lose 4-3, but go for it, because Liverpool right now are wounded, and this is the best time to kick him is when they're down. So hopefully we go for it, man. Hopefully we go for it. Let's see.
Love that.
Listen, I've started a channel called
Come on.
It's not just football. It's a few things that I'm interested in, but it's things that I'm going to have guests on. It's talking about how certain people have done things in their lives, a little bit of entrepreneurship, loads of different things that I'm interested in.
Love it.
Subscribe to the channel. We'll do a feature with you guys at some point. There's going to be some Spurs stuff on there, but I'm bringing in loads of different things that you don't get on the news, that you don't get on radio, because they're too corporate and too shiny. This is real talk about London, about the UK, and how the UK life is. So make sure you subscribe. Debate with Josh, one word, and I'll see you on there, guys. And I'll see.
Is that what it's called, guys? Debate with Josh.
Debate with Josh, man. Debate with Josh. Let's go. And I want as many
I love a
people
debate
to
with
come
you,
on.
Josh.
Everyone, go and subscribe.
I want to debate with you.
I'm gonna put a few question marks out, and I want debates. I want people's opinions, man. It's not just about me; it's about everyone on that show. So make sure you subscribe.
Beautiful.
Love it. Love to hear it.
Love
All right,
it.
thanks a lot for coming on,
guys.
Josh, man.
Nice one, Josh.
See you
Always good to see
Thursday.
you, mate.
Peace out.
Peace
out, man. Take care.
All right, I think we've got one more call left to do. I believe we've got everyone's two favourite Irish guys. Everyone's two favourite Irish guys. Are we going to put another mini quiz together?
Oh, you should have warned me. You should have warned me. I haven't done that yet.
No, I'm not sure if it's going to happen this time.
The answer's Stephen Kelly. That's all I can tell you.
No, but let's get them on. We're going to get you two on together because we're running out of time today. So let's do it. All right, boys. How's it going, Matt? How's it going, David?
I'm getting flashbacks there, but all good otherwise.
Love it.
David, we'll start with you. How do you think the game went today?
Yeah, look, I'm happy. Look, at the end of the day, it's all about a win. It's knockout football. All you can do is win and progress. It's exactly what we've done. Look, the first half, I wasn't too happy, to be honest. I don't think we're at the races. I think a lot of players... Jose Mourinho would have had them up by the scruff of the neck at half time, to be honest with you. And then second half, you've seen a completely rejuvenated performance. But I know Sim's been waiting for me. I know score. Look, one thing I will say is it is only Wycombe. Today, I agree, he was man of the match. No problems there. But look, a good game against Stoke and a good game against Wycombe, both championship teams, which may be his level, is not good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. It's not. But props to the man, took his goal well, man of the match. And Sim, I seen the relief on your face as soon as he scored. You know, you were so relieved that you were getting absolutely hammered about your love for Harry Winks. It was good fun.
Matt, come on.
Oh, I loved it. I had to wear the 1991 FA Cup final jersey.
Love it.
Love it. Just because we know we're fighting on all four fronts and this is a trophy we're going to win. Look, the first half wasn't the prettiest performance. You know, we created chances, we missed them all apart from that one at the end. But like I always say, in cup football, the performance doesn't matter. It's about getting that job done. And we did that today. You know, we started with a rotated side, which we expected, but the one difference Jose has to all other managers is that he has a strong bench in those cup games, just in case something goes wrong, just in case something doesn't go to plan. He has the big guns on the bench, and he had to use them today, and I think he used them perfectly. You know, Son and Kane didn't do much, but you know he wasn't taking any risks. He put them on, and he let them do their thing. But God, Tanguy and Ndombele, lads. What a footballer. Utterly ridiculous.
I mean, the way you just said his name just now, literally, I mean, I dream of this guy, Tanguy Ndombele now. I mean, what a man he is. I mean,
how lucky are you?
We all just collectively
just drink it in.
I mean, how lucky are we to have a footballer of this guy's ilk? Seriously.
Oh, he is what United fans think Paul Pogba is. Honestly, he is just sensational. His technical ability, his tactical nous, his attacking capabilities is starting to show now. You know, he's the only player outside of Kane and Son who has more than one goal in the league this season, which is a bad indictment of the rest of the team, but just goes to show how much he's improved. You know, I'll hang my head in shame and say I was one of the few people considering a swap move for Skriniar over the summer as to whether or not it was worth it. And you know, I cry myself to sleep every night over having those thoughts. But he's just such a good footballer. We're so lucky to have him. And to be honest, I don't think there's any player like him who's better than him, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, there are better players, but none.
Is there
that play
anyone
the way
like him? Who's like him?
No, nobody. No one has his strength and physicality on the ball and can do and be as gracious as he is on the ball. Lads, there's two types of gravy. There's little version and then there's Bisto. Do you know what I mean? They're two complete different things. Winks is Bisto, Ndombele is Winks is little, Ndombele is Bisto. It's as simple as that. He came on today, he completely changed the game. That ball over the top of his shoulder that he took down, that was, you know, that's something you wouldn't even see Cantona and players like that do in their prime. Do you know what I mean? And then his first goal, he took it well. He was a shark in the box. Second goal, I can agree with Matty. What a goal. It actually gave me a hard on. I'm not messing. It was so good. The step overs, and then the finish. If Ronaldo or Messi done that, it'd be all over Twitter, everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm absolutely delighted for him. But I think the most crucial stuff today was Højbjerg coming on and starting to win that ball in midfield and be calm. For me, I actually would have hauled off Sanchez, not Tanganga. I would have put Tanganga into centre-back. Sanchez, like, there was time the ball was bobbing in his head like 4 times, I think I counted, before he even knew where it was. It's not good enough.
Yeah, but was it good enough from Tanganga tonight as well?
I actually thought Tanganga had a good game. Look, the thing is with Tanganga, when Bale was cutting inside, Tanganga was breaking his bollocks to get up and go overlap on the right-hand side. And because Gareth Bale already had his mind up and was coming inside with the ball, there's no way he was going to see the ball out on the right. But look, for me, I thought they looked more threatening down our left side where Davies was than they did down the right side where Tanganga was.
But what did you think of Bale's performance? I want to know both your opinions on him, because I thought he looked a lot sharper than he has been previously. I know the opposition is weaker than what we want him to be playing against. But do you think the signs were there for Bale today?
I think they were. I think we saw improvement, but for a loan deal, I think halfway through the season is a bit too late to be seeing improvement. Now, I know we're probably going to have we're probably going to extend it and have another year, but it was the first game from this season where, like, there's been games in the Europa League where he's looked to take men on, but today's the first time where he was walking past them as if they weren't even there. You know, he was that kind of change of pace, a quick turn on the afterburners, and he was gone. The final ball was missing. But look, maybe if it is going to be 2 years that we have him slowly progressing, and maybe he can be a better player this season. I agree with Josh a second ago saying, you know, we're not going to get the Gareth Bale that we had in the past. But again, if we can get that Gareth Bale 75%, he can be such a good player for us. And if he's already starting to show, again, look, it was weaker opposition, but you know, the defenders of that Wycombe team are probably as pacey as most of the defenders in the Premier League. So you can say what you want about ability, but in terms of physicality and stuff like that, they're probably on a similar level. So if he can beat them like they're not even there, it's a really good start of a progression, hopefully.
Yeah, look, for me with Gareth Bale, lads, I think everyone was expecting the superstar that we sold and that we seen win Champions Leagues for Real Madrid. It was never going to be the case. Like, you know what I mean? When you've been out for so long, it was never going to be the same Gareth Bale you're going to get back. But I think what we were all hoping is that we would have seen more of an impact. But look, today could be the start of something. You know, today could be the game that gives him the confidence that he needs to start thriving, to give him that bit of passion, that feel that he wants to get back involved in the first 11. And look, if he can come to fruition now, he could very well drive us onto great things. But it's down to Gareth now, and I hope he's listening, and I hope he takes on board what I'm saying, because I only want the best for you, Gareth. I love you.
I think that's what Jose was been saying to him, isn't it? I think because of that clip that was leaked on the Spurs training when he said, "Do you want to go back to Real Madrid and play no football, or do you want to stay here?" I think that's what Jose, and also the comments Jose was saying before the game. He said, "I can't give Bale minutes on the pitch. He has to earn them." And I think hopefully that message is getting across to him. And I think that was definitely a positive step in that direction. But yeah, look, we're in all 4 competitions still. Look, we've got all to play for from now to the end of the season. What do you think? How do you think we're going to perform?
4 trophies.
4 trophies. That's straight out there.
No, not 4 trophies. Like we're fighting on all 4 fronts, so it's possible, but it's not going to happen. You know, at the end of the day, we still need we don't have enough rotation to fight on all those 4 fronts. You know, if we make it to an FA Cup semi-final and the Europa League semi-final, and the week of the Carabao Cup, that 14 days we'll have 7 games. So realistically, we're not going to make it to every single domestic final, and we're probably going to fall away at the end of the league. You know, give me an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup and a top 4 finish, something to build on for next season. So when we can invest in the summer, we can get Sabitzer, we can get a centre back, we can really improve our team and have a proper go at the league title next season, because I fully think it's ours for the taking.
And last one before I let you go. A week to go left of the transfer window now. Is Dele Alli going to go? Is he going to stay? Give me your opinions. I know, Matt, you've been very vocal on Twitter about Dele Alli recently.
Yeah. I love the man. Yeah, I love the man. You know, the majority of that is sentimentality rather than actual an opinion of what he can bring to the squad right now. He's not performing. He doesn't fit into this side. But if we can find a way to get him into that team, if we can find a way to get him that form back, he can be, you know, just as crucial to us as Ndombele is, because he does have that ability. And he showed in the past, you know, that 2016-17 season, he scored about 18 Premier League goals. You know, that natural talent at a young age that he was at doesn't just go away. You know, it's still in there somewhere. It's just about getting that out. I think, you know, I've said for a while the best thing for him was a loan to PSG, but now that Pochettino's there, a loan to PSG is probably the worst thing that can happen, because if he goes back into that loving, nurturing environment that he thrived in, and then has to come back into this, I think hostile environment is the word for it under Jose Mourinho, I think it'll be worse than ever. So the last thing I want from him right now is a loan to PSG, but thankfully I don't think that's going to happen this window.
Yeah, for me, lads, to be honest with you, it makes more sense to loan out Dele Alli. If we're going to give him to someone else, sell him. We need the cash. We need to reinvest in the first team. So if we're not going to sell him, for me, you keep Dele Alli and you try and get the best out of him when you work with him. And just on what do I think we're going to lift this season? Look, we're already in the League Cup, the Carabao Cup finals, so that'll take care of itself. That's just a 1 game. That's it. We're the better team on the day we win it. It's as simple as that. So for me, that's 1 in the bag. We're going to wax Pep. We're going to wax Pep's head. That's easy. Then you take the Premier League. Now, Ben, you're going to be disappointed in me, because I know you were saying to Josh, don't hear about the title talk.
I don't want to hear about it.
But we're still in it. No, I know. But the thing is, we're still in it. We're still in it. Now, my view might change after the Liverpool game. Or it could be ramped up after the Liverpool game. I hope it's ramped up. The FA Cup, look, I think we will make the semi-finals, and we'll take from there, and we have a great shot at the Europa League. So we could be tired from lifting trophies at the end of the season. Do you know what I mean?
You sound like Trump. You're going to be so tired of winning when I'm finished with you.
That'll be Jose's new famous quote.
David, you just got to be happy we didn't sell Tonky in the summer, because you might be suffering from erectile dysfunction, I think, if we did sell him. So you just got to be happy about that, I think. But yeah,
on that note, thank you so much for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
always a pleasure having you guys on. And I'm sure we'll have to get another quiz up for you guys.
Yeah, next time we get you on together, we'll be sure to have a quiz ready. And Matt, you got a lot of making up to do, don't you?
Actually, can I say, David recalculated the quiz we did in his channel. I came second, so there's a bit of redemption there. He got the scores wrong.
Recalculating.
Oh, you went to VAR, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a bit excited. I got a bit excited on the screen. I jumped to conclusions. If Charlie is watching, commiserations. But on second count on VAR review, Matty did come second. I did do him a bit of injustice. But look, lads, you can line up all the quizzes you want. I'm winning all day long. I know Matty is sitting there and he's angry. He can't quite get over the fact that I won. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't compare it to the knowledge I have for this club and the passion and love I have for this club. But he is Ireland's biggest YouTuber, so we will give him a round of applause. Fair play to him. And he's doing great work. I'm only messing with you, Matty. Keep it up, bro.
I'll take that applause. Cheers.
All right, well, guys. If you guys in the comments don't know who these guys are, I'm sure you do by now. Matt Hayes, David Harris, the Irish Hotspur. Go and subscribe to them right now. Absolutely brilliant Spurs content. So go and check them out.
And just before we go, lads, thanks very much for doing that show on my channel to tell me your Spurs story. It was a great success. People loved it, and they got a good viewing behind the lads that they see on screen. They got to know you a bit more, so it was a great show. And thanks very much for giving up your time to do it. I really do appreciate it.
Nah, I really enjoyed that one. I really did. I mean, the whole hour just flew by, and I loved reminiscing through all of that. So, if you want to do a take two, we're always ready.
Yeah, it was great fun. Great fun. Everyone should go check that out. Check out that video on David Harris's channel of us telling him our Spurs story. It was really good fun. We actually really enjoyed watching it. So, filming it. Sorry. So really go check it out.
Yeah. All right, David, Matt. Thanks a lot for coming on as always. Come on, you Spurs.
Cheers, lads. Come on, you Spurs.
Cheers for coming on. And that, I think...
That's a wrap.
Is that.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in today to the Post-Match Fan Show. Wycombe Wanderers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 4. We go into the next round, into the last 16 against Everton at Goodison Park, which promises to be a very, very tough game. But our next game is on Thursday night against Liverpool in another top of the... Well, I was going to say top of the table. It's more of a top four clash now. Fifth against fourth. It was first against second last time round.
We have a chance to overtake them.
Yeah, we've got a chance to overtake them with a game in hand as well. So come and tune in to the post-match fan show, to the watch-along and the post-match fan show and the morning after show after that. So on Friday morning.
Content never stops.
Exactly. The content never stops at We Are Tottenham TV. Thank you very much for joining in today. Thank you everyone that called in and got all your views and everything. It was a great show. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.